Hello YouTube, welcome to Forked Up Cooking. I'm Josh. I wanted to make a quick video just basically going over some very simple side dishes. You can call them sauteing, steaming. Basically what we're going to be doing is taking arugula and spinach, steaming it off, making a bit of a olive oil and garlic sauce or mixture to put on top of it to toss with it, and it ended up being a really fabulous side dish, something where even your kids would enjoy it. Now, I just like to say, if you do see in the background, my two dogs, Gaucho and Grayson, are roughhousing in my kitchen at this time, so please don't mind them. They're playing with their toys, hanging out, wanting to get on film and grab your attention. So I'm going to get started here. And again, very basic, very simple. Garlic. Here we go. I always tend to buy garlic that's peeled at the supermarket. Why do I do that? It's easy. There's nothing to it. It's very simple to just buy it, take it out, peel it. You could roast it with olive oil and tin foil. You can dice it, slice it. You could use it for anything, and it just makes things a lot simpler. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start with pan. We're actually going to put a little olive oil in there. Actually, more than a little olive oil. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what we're doing here. Amounts are dependent on what you're cooking for your family at the time. And I'm just going to do a simple slicing, rough chop here. Doesn't matter. We're not looking for anything formal. This isn't a presentation for a Michelin chef. This is just us cooking at home. And a few pieces of garlic. You can give it a little bit of a rough chop if you like. Put it right into that pan. Probably use a little bit more garlic, but that's pretty good. And what you want to do at this point is you actually want to add water to this, which I'm going to go do right now. Basically what I did is I added equal parts of water and equal parts of olive oil with the garlic, and we are just going to boil it. Sounds crude, right? Just boiling garlic, water, and olive oil. What you're looking to do is release the flavors of the garlic into the olive oil. The water is in there to help with the viscosity of the boil. And as that moisture vapors out and it evaporates, you're left with delicious olive oil infused garlic, and that is what you're going to use to pour on top of anything you want. Roasted broccoli, steamed asparagus, spinach and arugula like we're going to use here. And it really makes a fantastic dish. So we have our olive oil, water, and garlic mixture rolling right now. Pan is heating up. Little olive oil in this pan right here, and we're going to work on the spinach and arugula. Now, you could slice it, you could dice it, whatever you want. You could also use a garlic press. Not something I always use, but in the last few years, bought one, tried it out, have no issues with it. And basically you're just loading up the garlic, pressing it, and you're using your knife to cut it off. Gives you a much finer dice quickly. Again, not something you necessarily have to do. If you were looking for that, you could also just crush a nice piece of garlic, as I just did here, and go away and start slicing. Now, you don't want to leave the garlic in the pan too long before you start putting your other vegetables in. You don't want it to burn. You really want to have it just cooked out a little bit, enough to get you releasing the flavors and enough for the vegetables to go in. So we're going to let that garlic go for a minute. I'm going to end up using a non-stick spatula, a rubber spatula, Just going to move it around here. We don't, like I said, we don't want to burn this. We just want to get to a spot where it's starting to cook. And just after a few minutes, we are going to start, and we're going to add our spinach. And we are basically going to overwhelm this pan with spinach. It's going to be overflowing, and it's going to look like there's no way we can handle this. And I can guarantee you, as it welts down, we will absolutely be able to deal with this. Now, will I be able to get the arugula in there at the same time? Well, that depends. We'll try to get some arugula in here. Maybe half that. Yeah, you're going to make a mess. That's just part of cooking. Alright, so what do we want to do at this point? Basically what we want to do is add a little water. I always use some filtered water. Pour a little over the top. You might do a little bit more. We are looking for that moisture to steam. And let's start with that right there. Don't be bashful. It's a great time. Let's put a little salt on it. And the lid. And right now, we want to let that steam up. All while that's going on, we have our pot here. I don't know if you can see that, but we have a nice boil going. Let that go. By the time this wilts down, we'll be ready to add that to the pan. All right. Arugula and spinach are cooked down. Everything is ready to go here. I did drain some of the moisture out of here before. Now, when you drain the moisture, you can keep that flavorful liquid that is made from the arugula and spinach. You can use that for making a sauce. Would be great if you add a little cream to it. You could actually add cream right to this and almost make a cream arugula and spinach. And the possibilities with this as a base are endless. So we want to take our garlic and oil. Now this is where you have a choice. You can leave it as is until you're ready for dinner. It's prepped, it's ready to go, and it could be warmed up again. If you're ready now to eat, what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your mixture. Okay? And you're going to start adding right in to this. At this point, salt, toss. The smell is fantastic. That olive oil and garlic is going to give this some wonderful, amazing flavors. If there's still too much liquid in here for you, crank up the heat, evaporate that out. Get yourself a dish. Okay. And that is your basic steaming, sauteing combo of both of vegetables, especially leaf vegetables like this. You can do this with anything, like I had said earlier. That garlic and oil mixture is phenomenal on top of broccoli, roasted Brussels sprouts. This is hot, but we're going to dive in here to see. Oh man, that is phenomenal. It has delicious, delicious garlic flavor and olive oil. Salt is perfect in it. And the spicy or peppery arugula gets cut just a little bit with the spinach. And it is absolutely delicious. Feel free to make this at home. Ask any questions you have. You can toss cream in here. You can put sour cream. You can put cream cheese in here. You can put grated cheese. You can make this dish anything you want. You can use it as a stuffing if you have some old bread and you want to add to this and drain it. Great for pork chops. Slice a pork chop, put some of this in there. You'll be the hit of your next dinner party. Again, this is Josh from Forked Up Cooking.